Okay, welcome back to the Theonomics shop here. Today I'm going to be assembling the Volkswagen Dune Buggy project that I've been working on. So basically what I've done is this is the chassis from a 1973-ish Volkswagen Beetle. And that was the chassis that was underneath of the Bradley kit car when I got it. But that had a different life. Now I had to do something with the chassis. So, and I've always liked these little Dune Buggy sort of things. So I decided to build one, and this is what I got so far. The chassis was cut and shortened about 22 inches. So it's a lot shorter. I built a little tubing roll cage for it, which is basically the body of it. There's gonna be a windshield, a couple panels to keep you protected. But otherwise it's going to be very open cockpit style. Yeah, basically I'm just going to start assembling it today. I'll take you through the process and we'll film it as we do it. So let's go. So basically right now I'm just assembling the front steering components. I'm going to put the steering column in, I think, at some point here. I'm going to do the pedals, the battery box. Tried to clean everything up and paint it as best I could, but you know, it's not that important because it's going to get scratched up and dirty. Okay, so I'm installing the brake master cylinder right now. I'm going to put the brake pedal assembly in too. This is all Volkswagen Beetle stuff, but now that I'm thinking about it, I think I'm going to put the floorboard in first because it'll be easier to get to this bolt before I put the pedals in. So I just finished tightening this up. So basically what I'm using here for the floors and the side panels, it's just 1/8 inch diamond plate aluminum, and it's used stuff that had been given to me from a friend of mine. I kind of hit it with a wire brush to shine it up a little bit. These would originally come like super polished, but because it's probably 20 years old material, it's a little rough, but it'll work good for my situation here. And it was free, so we're poor. You can't beat that. I don't have time for ratchets. World's ending. Okay, now we're ready to put the foot pedals in. This is tough because the cables on Volkswagens run through the center. So I had to modify the clutch cable and the throttle cable to make them work because I shortened it. This thing's gonna be fun to freaking drive, man. This thing's gonna be good fun. It's kind of weird. This throttle pedal has a spring that pushes it down instead of up. Oh, silly Germans. This is a little battery box I made. The battery I chose was out of a Toyota Prius as a secondary starting battery. It's a little tiny battery, probably the smallest battery I could find for this thing. So that's what I'm going to use. Installing the brake hoses right now. Okay, so this is the transmission. I haven't bothered opening it up or anything to see what's inside, but I did shine it up with a wire brush to make it look better. Gotta try. It's a pretty easy transmission to install. pretty easy. So this is a little Hurst aftermarket shifter, but it came with the kitcar, so that was a nice plus. Basically, you got to pull this up to shift it into reverse. That way you can be slamming the gears and never have to worry about it going into reverse. Okay, I guess we're ready to bolt the engine on. So this is pretty much a stock, I believe it's 1600cc dual port. Pretty much all I did was add this exhaust system. I took it apart and everything looks like it's been rebuilt. So it should be a good engine, hopefully. I haven't had the greatest luck with engines lately. So I started it up and it immediately started to knock. I knew right away there was a pre-existing engine failure. We've got an issue.
Yeah, I believe so. Jeez.
Great. So basically I have to make the brake line runs from there up to the front. I'm going to try to run it in through the center to keep it clean as possible. Not sure how that's going to work or if it's worthwhile, but I'm going to try to do it. Be a little bit too short here. Just barely made it on that one. Go put the gas tank on. Not sure how this is going to fit. I put this little rubber pad in here. Don't know if it's gonna be too tight or not. So put the steering column in. This is a sway bar. Don't know if it's aftermarket or not, but it was on it when I got it, so I'm gonna put it back. These are some heavy duty headlights off of I think like a military Dodge or something. They got that big protective grille on it, which is good for this project because we're gonna go off-road of it. And the lights are sitting pretty low, so they're a little vulnerable to get hit by stuff. Put the carburetor on now. It's just a stock Solex. This might get upgraded at some point. Try to make some more power, but for now it's just fine. Actually, I gotta do the throttle cable first. So the throttle cable on Volkswagens goes through the center of this thing. I'm using a little different cable, but I made it work. But it's still a pain to get in there, because it just is. Okay. Seems pretty good. A little stiff, but kind of want it to be. Doesn't fit. Good enough, I suppose. Whoa, wow. Look at that. I'm not sure what these are off of. There's an international H on there, so probably like a big truck, commercial truck, or maybe a tractor. I got them for $10 used somewhere. Seat belts. You gotta have seat belts. I think we got it. Great. I think that's about all I got. All right, so there you have it. We've been working on this pretty much all day. It's time to quit. I've kind of run out of things to do or install on it at this point. I need to do the wiring and do the gas line and bleed the brakes, and I need some tires for the wheels I got. Also, the windshield, that I had a friend of mine cut it out of another windshield to get that shape. I need to finish cleaning up the seats and reinstall those, and then get the tires on it. But I think we made a pretty good progress today. We're gonna make some more videos, and yeah, you can follow along if you care. Yeah, thanks for watching, and keep you updated.
Okay, day 2 working on the Volkswagen here at the Theonomics shop. My friend Dale is coming by today and we're gonna try to install the windshield. He custom cut this windshield out of a Toyota van windshield, and like it took quite a bit of work, but I think it's gonna work out good. He should be here any minute now, and yeah, show you how that goes.
So this windshield started off as a Toyota Previa windshield.
Introducing the new supercharged Toyota Previa SC. Oh, the sacrifices we make for our children.
So this was the side of the windshield, the top was up there, but the contour of the glass this way fit the contour of the roll bar body. Trying to find a window with the contour was the hard part.
Yeah, somebody built the roll bar before they had the windshield figured out.
So this is just scrubbing and cleaning the edge. Plus it just puts fine scratches in the glass enough to let the primer adhere to it better. No more playing with it, leave it there. Okay.
We got other things to do, man. It's a better project.
Well, there's always a project. They're not always fun though. They're not always fun and interesting.
Yeah, this is interesting.
This is interesting. This window's been sitting around for over 10 years.
Bet you never figured it was going to end up on a Volkswagen.
Trying to make a window fit a odd shaped body, it's hard to, that's something different. I mean, over the years we've done quite a few things.
Yeah, Dale put the glass on my 38 Dodge.
Yep.
That was all flat glass, but still had to cut the shapes, and
Right.
I didn't give him the straightest edges there to deal with either.
It wasn't that bad, really. So have you figured out what you're going to do for a windshield on that one yet?
No, man, I got to get a seat mounted first. Once you know where you can sit, then you can see, and you know where the roof's going to be, and then you can start thinking about a windshield. But yeah, that turned out really good.
Yeah, there's a Facebook group for auto glass. People are always posting stuff that they do.
Oh yeah, industry.
I've never seen anybody do something weird like this though.
Yeah, considering you matched the curve of it, that was the tough part.
Yeah. See it on the road soon.
Yep, hope so. All right, so these are the seats I'm going to be using. These came out of the Bradley kitcar as well. They were part of the package. They're super reclined and, you know, kind of roundish, so they actually work great for the Dune Buggy. But they're a little gross, so I'm going to try to clean them up and paint them black. They make a couple different dyes you can use for treating it, but it's just basically plastic vinyl. So any paint I think that works with plastic should be okay to use. So we'll see how that goes. No, but it might work from waterproofing my boots. Bumper and trim sealer. Ooh, that smells good. Have a whiff of that. Got 6 cans of it. 7 cans of it. Kind of what I'm looking for. Fusion plastic, but that's not the color. No, we're gonna have to paint it another day. I got nothing here, but it's only $6 away. Okay, so I've been doing a little bit of work off camera. I got like the basics of the wiring done, and I'm trying to start it right now to see if this thing actually runs. I had some problems with the fuel pump. It wasn't pumping anything. So I switched that out with a different one, and I'm gonna try to crank it and hopefully get it to fire. And then later, I think I got a new set of tires and some custom white lettering. So I'm gonna try to put those on and clean up the rims a little bit. Yeah, we'll see how far we get. So we'll see if we can get it to start. fuel. A runner! Leaking a little bit of something.
Oh, I think it's really, really flooded now.
Cool. So it runs. It's a plus. Kind of a mess. All right, we need to get some doors open in here. This looks like this paint is burning off on this stuff, which I kind of figured would. Try to turn the idle up so it'll actually stay running for me. Woo! We'll revisit that. All right, so I'm gonna try to clean these wheels up. These are just like old American racing mag wheels. Pretty much gonna do the same thing I do with the other aluminum, is just wire brush it and shine it up. But first thing, I gotta get this tire off. So I'm gonna just cut the valve stem and try to pry that off. Anyways, it got rid of the air. So I got a little tool inside that I can break this bead. And then I got some tire iron and I just do this by hand. It's kind of a pain to do this, you know, with the bars or whatever, but it's a lot cheaper to do it yourself. So we're poor. I'm gonna do it myself. This is pretty much the hardest part about changing tires, is if you don't have one of these tools, it's really hard to get these things to come loose. But with this handy little machine, it's just some watery soap, and yeah. Okay, kind of a pain to get off, but they go on a little easier than they come off. So, okay, I'm gonna start off with this little smaller one to get in the edges a little better, and then I got a little bigger diameter one. I'll do the bigger spots. Okay, looks a lot better.
Thankfully that was the last one, so get some tires mounted now.
I went with Starfire tires because they're pretty much dirt cheap.
We're poor.
It's actually really hard to find 14-inch tires with a decent amount of sidewall and tread on them. So yeah, this is what I got. This is just like a tire lubricant. Sort of helps it seal too a little bit, but mostly just to get it on. Okay. Cool. There you have it. So I got a
Idiot. White lettering kit, so I can put my own writing on the tires. Not entirely sure how to install it yet, so I gotta read the instructions. Pick up all the letters that I just dropped all over the place. You can take a guess at what it's gonna say. Okay, so it says here I gotta clean the tires pretty thoroughly with some detergent to get all this crap out of it. So I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna move on to the next step. Okay, so I'm just scuffing the surface here with some supplied sandpaper. Looks like 150 grit. Either I misplaced the S somehow, or I didn't get it from the manufacturer of these lettering. Either way, I cannot find it, and I need a new S. So, but we have 3, so we can do as much as we can, and we'll just put that extra one on later. So we're just following instructions here. Gonna wipe down the sidewalls with some isopropyl. Okay, first letter, here we go. Probably be a good idea to balance these wheels at some point, but not right now. Okay, cool. Guess that's all we're doing. Basically, engine needs a little bit more work. The wiring I can finish now that I have, the basics of it's done. Got to get the lights working and stuff. I got to figure out what the hell to do with the seats. We're kind of in a mix up there with the material and the paint. Yeah, so we'll be driving this thing shortly, as soon as I get all those little things worked out. The engine seems to run great. All I got is it doesn't want to idle. So we'll probably needs a little bit of tinkering inside the carburetor. Or some of the fittings on there might need some work. Haven't figured that part out yet, but it'll rev up real good. So it's excellent news. And it sounds good too, so. Yeah, so probably this will be it for this video. And if you care to watch the next one, like, subscribe, or whatever, and yeah, we'll keep you posted. This is a 1968 Volkswagen chassis that I shortened down, and I built this tube frame and had a windshield put in, basically built the majority of the car. Fairly simple. It's like air-cooled engine. It's a Volkswagen engine, and that's just the way they were, so super simple. And the way I was building it was to kind of give it the feel of a go-kart, but a street-legal go-kart. So that you can drive this thing on the road, which is, pretty fun, because it's like a motorcycle, you're out there in the elements and you feel everything. So we're gonna just go cruise around with it. Okay, so come on. So it's super easy to get into. You got no obstructions here. Got period correct safety glasses because the tires will sometimes throw things up at you, so you gotta wear these. I also wear a hat too because it makes your hair crazy. far as drivability, super small and maneuverable. You know, like a go-kart. It's a little slow, obviously, because it's just a Volkswagen. I'm gonna see if I can do a burnout. I haven't even tried. So I don't really know what else to say about this car. It's fun, it's a simple pleasure of driving it, really. It's not really practical like most of the stuff I built, but it is what it is. Well, that's our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Yeah, we're gonna probably keep this one. So you'll probably see more videos of it as we do things with it and go places with it. We haven't taken it off-road yet. That's soon to happen at some point, likely. Yeah.